So now we can start. Hello, my name is Sergii. I'm working at Synchronous, and today I would like to talk about prompt engineering. First of all, what is prompt engineering? And prompt engineering, this is the skill which everyone in current world should study, and it's how to guide LLMs to do something for us. It might be a question, it might be some task, but this is just about efficient way to ask to do something. And let's do simple task. So before, while I'm preparing this talk, I wanted to share my kind of thoughts that what would be presented on LinkedIn. And I just asked a simple task for ChatGPT to write LinkedIn post about my talk, and then I planned to post it. And then if we just... Sorry, yeah. If we go over here and ask it to write a post on LinkedIn, and then of course it would help. Do you see? It just decided that I already did that talk, even I'm doing it now. And this happened, it's actually hallucinate, because it doesn't have enough context, it doesn't have enough details about what I'm planning to do and what I'm planning to say, and then it just from the name mastering prompt engineering, imagine something. And this is a kind of clear example that how LLMs would hallucinate if you don't provide efficient examples for it. Let's return to the talk. And for me, in my experiments, it was last week. Recently, but yeah. So what is LLM? LLM, it's a black boxes which predict the next word based on the patterns it learned from the training data and also from the user prompt. Each time it responds, it result based on some randomness. No one can predict what would be next response, even with a low temperature for the request. Also, it has cut-off date. So when the data engineers in Atrophic or in Google stop training that LLM or stop gathering data, then no fresh data would be available for the LLM. And just a single way to tell any LLM about real-time data, this is a prompting. And also it doesn't have any memory. So any conversation which we are pretending in a chat, it is always one turn conversation. It is all conversation as an input and just output from the LLM. What is prompts? Prompts, this is instructions or question we give to the LLM. And as general advice for the prompts overall, I later on show some patterns how we can specifically guide LLM. But overall, all prompts should be detailed and specific what we wanted to get from LLM. Then we have to provide context to reduce ambiguity. And in that context, it could be fresh information which we wanted to process by LLM, or it could be the format which we wanted to get our output from LLM. And just simple rule for any prompts, it is kind of garbage in, garbage out. If you just ask efficiently LLM, it would provide high quality output for you as a result. And as a usual practice, the test LLM with any prompts, it's very cheap, easy, and start with simple prompt always, and then iterate and refine any prompt while you're getting, until you get that result you wish to get. And now let's see what patterns you could use for like getting from LLMs some interesting result. So let's start from the persona pattern. This is very popular and probably everyone knows in this audience what it is. It is just assign to LLM some role, and then when LLM understand what we are looking for, it could like behave under that role. For example, I would like to study something about yoga, to start practicing yoga, and I would like to ask LLM about yoga. But I would like to ask LLM, say, number of questions, and to not repeat in each question that you help me to get something about yoga, I will tell to the ChatGPT in our example that it is really experienced yoga practitioner. It should confirm now that it is understand that it is yoga practitioner, and I would like it to guide me where I can start. Of course, it supports me, and then you would see that it is important to like understand why you will do yoga. It's important to get some basic about breath and that kind of detail. So you see, and we can continue this conversation, and now it would behave until it not started hallucinate, because when you reach the end of the context, then it might forgot about the beginning of your conversation and then start just hallucinating. So if you wish to get most efficient result from any conversation, usually it's better to start from the scratch and just give some starting point for that. But it again depends. Now let's continue with another pattern. So another pattern, this is a few short pattern. The idea of this pattern is to teach LLM in your prompt what you would like to get from LLMs. For example, I would like to make a sentiment analysis for my sentences, and then just to get a sentiment of last sentence. Let's just check it. So I just ask ChatGPT again what it will study. As you saw, I didn't ask to do anything. I just give examples. This is my prompt. And then it is understand that I am looking just for sentiment, and it depends from its kind of mood. And now it did some comment, but sometimes it even do not provide any comments and just respond natural. That's it. So this is a kind of help to form to guide in LLM in some direction just by prompting. You can use this, as I mentioned, for sentiment analysis, for text summarization, for entity tagging, and for my practice experience. From my practice experience, I trying to guide it to use my tone of voice for any conversation, such say in the LinkedIn or in the mail, such as like I show it number of examples of my previous conversations or messages, and then just ask it to use that as a guidance for any new messages which I am making, because I don't use really fancy words in English in my speeches, and then it would be straightforward visible for people on the other side that it just generated by ChatGPT. And with this pattern, it's important to remember that, say, if you use it in some machine approach to provide some set of examples, you always limit it to the context size, and few high quality examples might give you better result than a lot but not low quality examples. What's next? Next is template pattern. With template pattern, you can tell LLM how to format your output. In this example, this is like a template string with placeholders, but it might be not just template placeholders, it might be much larger templates, which is like guide what sections you wanted to get from output. And then the placeholders might be regular tags as HTML tags with angle brackets. It might be square brackets, or even markdown ticks for code works as a placeholders, and LLMs clearly understand it. And say I would like to make a notification message, and then ask LLM to generate for me this message with some data. Where is my edit? So I just added prefix for it that use template to not confuse it, and now it should confirm that it understands. And wordy. And now I'm just asking it to make a message for me. Come on, yeah. So generate an appointment reminder for patient with Dr. Evans, and date and time. And then it just use that template string and replace all the placeholders with the data which we provide. And you can just play with this. It's excellent for structuring data, output, forms or reports, and reduce needs with post-processing of the output. If you more strictly clarified your prompt, then it wouldn't provide even any comments around it. It would always respond with a predefined template string. Yeah. What's next? Next pattern would be flipped interaction pattern. So sometimes when we talk to LLMs, we don't know what actually LLM requires for your task. For example, I would like ChatGPT to guide me, to help me with some receipt and cook my dinner. And then, because it might get just few like clarifications, and then provide some advice, or maybe it wanted to just clarify a lot of things about my dinner, and then this flipped interaction pattern allow to clarify any required information from LLM side. So the question would be asked not by user but by LLM. The collected details would help to increase accuracy for the output. So hope it would help me to cook something. So it asked me first, what do I have as an ingredients, and say I have duck and pasta. Nice choice. Do you have any veg? Come on. and herbs. Yes. Pasta do you have? So, do you see with this pattern, if you do not guide how many questions it allowed to ask or what kind of question it allowed to ask, then it's very easy to get to be over questioning. Because for demo and to get it short, I would rather need to create much wider prompt, which like make it shorter. But for now, I would stop, do not continue. But sometimes it just asks a couple questions and then just suggest some recipe which I can cook in the evening. So, another pattern, it is a chain of thoughts pattern, and new generation of models use that pattern on the training set, and then it just like getting on a training, and the idea of this pattern is just to not ask some question, but ask to clarify the decision which LLM made during the iteration. And with this iterative process, LLM itself would get better result with this kind of complex task, and usually it is math, logic, analysis of some complex problems. Not sure that it would work with this guy, because it looks like the ChatGPT, while I'm preparing this talk, study that example and it starts answering correct number. So, but let me just try. We can just try another numbers, but it's supposed not to answer correct question. Yeah, here you go. It is studied. 111627. 111627. So maybe I just change it. 3 3. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's just continue and see where we get. Sorry, I will just note it over here. And now the same numbers I would use with a chain of thoughts as a pattern, as a prompt. Okay. So by adding this chain of thoughts instruction for ChatGPT, it tell to split all the calculations to their some chunks, and then the output would be based on the actual calculation, and answer should be 110209. And previous one answer did the same thing. So probably they connect some math, but initial test, just trust me, initial test showed that the simple question would fail with the correct answer, and chain of thoughts would make the correct output based on the thoughts.
I think OpenAI fixed this, because it's instances of like a known problem that it couldn't do simple calculations. So similar to like integrating search, they're now integrating the calculator.
It's happened yesterday evening then, because in the morning when I preparing my first was always failing, and then at some stage it just started respond correct numbers. I don't know. Anyway. Now I would like to join all these patterns in a bit more complex prompt, which would show how how you can combine all of them to a single prompt and get some result. Let me just copy my mouse. Yes. Now I'm going to enter my prompt and a little bit overview it. I would just scroll piece by piece. So first of all, we put, I'm building the, TripAdvisor agent, TripAdvisor assistant, and now I'm just preparing prompt for that. So first of all, we assign role for planning our travel. Then we use the inverted questions, chain of thoughts for breaking down actual task for like steps and how to prepare for that task. Then we are using flipped conversation to ask some questions. Actually, ideally, to have a clear demo, I shouldn't put that questions, but to avoid this over questioning, I just strict this prompt for these few particular questions which it will ask us. And then in output format section, it provides how it should structure our output. And then in the examples, one shot actually example, it shows how it might look like, and then set some constraints for the limited to the particular sets of variations. That's it, and then let's see what it tells us. So my travel duration, say, would be 3 days. It asks what's your travel duration and your budget. So it would. Sorry?
You've loads of money.
Lots?
You've lots of money, don't you?
Yeah. Actually, I will try like this. Huh? Okay. So what it would say to us? What travel style I would like to have? I would like to have adventure. Adventure. And I'm traveling as a couple. And then what would be a destination? Any ideas? Any suggestions?
You might want to go to the moon.
Moon, yeah.
No joke.
Anyway, we still have 10,000 for 3 days. So, as you can see, we can travel even to the moon with ChatGPT and simple prompting.
Tell them to book the trip for you.
Yeah. So, as you can see, it just spread money and your time across those 3 days and plan everything for you. So now let's return to the and then you could just increase complexity of your prompts up to the size of the context, but again then it probably will not have any context for another questions or something, but and also not all LLMs has a full attention on the entire size of the context. So sometimes it is more attentive on the beginning and on the end, but middle it is some gap of the knowledge and that kind of things. And also depend on the size of your LLMs, say the complex prompts which is easily processed by say ChatGPT or Claude from Atrophic or Gemini from Google, and which works well on a local machine with a small llama or whatever you can run. It just cannot understand it fully and then just hallucinate straightforward. So this kind of be aware. My observation from the usage of LLMs, the Atrophic with Claude 4, it's good for coding and ideal as an agent. Google Gemini, excellent for analysis and hard problem decision making. Say I did a prompt for code review, and then same code with same prompt, same code with Google Gemini provide excellent code review, and after it I can just start acting on that. The Claude and OpenAI, even reasoning model, didn't provide that kind of level of details on the code reviews. I usually use OpenAI ChatGPT 4.1 for any text tasks which I'm work with, say that generation emails with tone of voice and say naming, summarization. It's very good, and for large, I don't know, 10 minutes talk, let's say 10 minutes talk, the GPT 4.1 process for summarization and extracting details from it, the best in my cases. But again, it may different for you, for your text, for your exercises. For your
ordering, Sergei? Is that a priority list, or?
I thought that it might be that question. It's just alphabetical.
Okay.
I don't have any kind of preferences. Just
I suppose the O engines for OpenAI. Any thoughts?
It's like for me, it's very similar. And before Gemini 2, I missed to mention that Gemini 2.5 Pro now. This is reasoning model from Google. And then before it was before I tested, let's say in that way, because I don't know exactly when it's happened to be in the Copilot subscription, I use all models for that complex questions. But after getting to the Gemini 2.5, I find out that it's better than O3 and whatever is available in Copilot subscription, because I use Copilot subscription for evaluation different models for GitHub Copilot. Just I would share these slides, and if you wish to dig more about this prompting, it's much more patterns over there. And then just last 2 courses I did myself, and they really good. I did more, but I would not advise them. But these 2 is very great. And then it's time for your questions, if you have any.